everyone, Gaijin Goombah here. So if you've been playing Overwatch, you've probably seen that the new big weekly brawl is the Super Shimada brothers. In this mode, there are only two playable characters, Genji and Hanzo. There's a 50% increase in ultimate gain and 75% faster cooldowns. And the only map playable is Hanamura. But in honor of this mode, and for the love of my favorite hero Genji, I wanted to compile my own little guide of how to get good with one of the most complex yet enjoyable characters I've ever played. But I'm not going to use technicality or specific strategies or combos. I'm basing this guide off of who and what ninjas are on a cultural level. Yeah, believe it or not, everything that I've learned about playing Genji to the best of my abilities has come from what ninjas actually are and what they are not. And no, I'm not basing my findings off of internet sources alone. I've had primary sources.
You mean I've had primary sources. If you haven't seen much of my older videos, while I was living abroad in Japan, I was very close to Iga, home of the Iga Ninja clan, and I visited there a good number of times. Through their museums and live demonstrations, I learned a lot about what real ninja were actually like. Also, make this quick, I've got a killer anime video lined up and you've had your turn.
Fine. So let's break down some basic ninja rules and see how applying them to your Genji game will help you come out on top. Okay, rule number 1, you are not invincible. In fact, you're one of the most brittle characters in Overwatch, period. No, I don't care how well you think you can use Reflect, ninjas are squishy and one dumb mistake will get you killed and fast. Ninjas have always been like this. I don't know whose bright idea it was to convince the internet that ninjas were some kind of indestructible killing machine, but bad news guys, they aren't. Ninjas were smaller, skinnier people, and while they did have insane levels of strength and agility, they didn't wear armor or pack that much in the way of offensive power. They did not jump out of the shadows, kill 6 people with ease, and then disappear again. Genji is a ninja, so remember that when it comes to the offensive, don't rush in like an idiot. You will die extraordinarily fast. Instead, pick a soft target like a support character, especially if it's a sniper who's not paying attention, or a stationary target like a turret or bastion. Reflect is their bane. Move fast, kill fast, then get out. Rule 2, spy for your team. No, I'm completely serious. Of all of the Genji guides I've seen on YouTube, not one of them mentions this. Again, ninjas did more reconnaissance work than assassinations. It was their job to be the eyes and ears of their master or employer. The same applies to your job as Genji. Genji can get into nooks and crannies no one else can. The entire map is his playground. Use your double jump and wall climbing abilities to hide around corners and tell your teammates who they're up against and where they are. And if you're defending with no Hanzo, get up to the enemy spawn room door and tell your team what you see and what they're up against. Ninjas did this all the time in real life. You ever hear of Ieyasu Tokugawa, the unifier of Japan that brought long-term peace to the country? Yeah, he had Hattori Hanzo and the entire Iga clan ninjas acting as his eyes and ears when he was in power. And you can bet the fact that he had so many eyes and ears was one of the big reasons he kept his power. Be the Hattori Hanzo of your Overwatch group and relay as much information about enemy ID and placement as you can. It is unbelievable how much this can help your team. Rule 3, have a plan. This is the biggest issue I've seen with Genji players, myself included. When you rush into a target without a plan of movement, attack, and escape, it doesn't end well for anyone but you. You find a juicy Mercy or Widowmaker, don't just run in like a lion trying to pounce on a zebra, because the other zebras fight back, with guns. Before you strike, figure out how you're gonna kill the target, kill it, and get out. You have the mobility, just use your brain. Figure out where you need to be to attack, and where you need to go afterwards. Also, don't prance around like an idiot after you get your kill in. As soon as the enemy team hears that their support hero went down, they will be coming after you with a vengeance. Ever wonder how ninjas were able to accomplish what they did? They had a plan with each mission that was so intense and calculated, it would make Agent 47 hang his bald head in shame. They knew exactly where to be, what to wear, when to strike, and where to escape. Not to mention, if they were going to assassinate, they had to be extra careful because as soon as their target was dead, they not only had to dispose of the body, but also make sure they weren't trailing blood behind them. The more they had to get out of the shadows, the harder their job became. So be the Genji your team deserves and figure out your plan before you go in for the kill. And once you do land that kill, keep moving. Stay hidden to take down your next target. Rule 4, know the map. And by this I mean not only every entry, exit, and escape point, but also where every single health pack is. This is a big follow-up to rule number 3. If you're going to succeed in taking out targets and living long enough to get that 5-player kill streak, you must know everything about the map you are transversing. Whether it was done by personal undercover reconnaissance or through the eyes of likely another shinobi, Ninja would know top to bottom, front to back what fortification they were infiltrating. They knew every entrance, every exit, every room, and most of the time every individual that was going to be present in the fortification at the time of infiltration. Rule 5, don't be stupid with your tools. You have 2 of the most powerful abilities in the game, Reflect and Swift Strike. The earlier reflecting almost any projectile back at your target, and the other helping you move across the map at lightning speed. Your main weapon not only flies completely straight all the time, but you can also shotgun your burst to great effect for faster characters. Your special, though it has limited range, can do 120 damage every second with your swings. But absolutely none of that will matter if you don't know when to use them at the best time. A Genji that uses Swift Strike to get into the middle of his opponents and reflexively uses Reflect to try and get a fast kill is going to find themselves in the spawn room very, very quickly. Unlike many other heroes who specifically combo their abilities like McCree, your abilities are the most situational out of any other hero in the game. You are given tools for every situation, so be sure to use them effectively. And just like Genji, True to Life Ninja had a tool for every situation their mission called for. Smoke bombs, shuriken, caltrops, explosives, but they dared not waste any of it because once it was used, it was gone. And when you're a man or woman weighing no more than 132 pounds with the need to stay flexible and agile, you don't exactly have a lot of inventory space to work with. They only used their limited tools when it was absolutely critical, so bear that in mind when you play Genji. Every ability, like every ninja tool, has a purpose. Reflect when you need to get out of the midfield or when you need to take out a pesky bastion. Swift Strike when you need to get in close for a kill or to get out of the line of fire. Dragon's Blade when you know you have enough time to take down unsuspecting enemies. Use your primary fire on big, slow, long-range targets and your alt fire when dealing with fatties up close or faster characters. When your abilities are used, they are gone for a tedious 8 seconds, and reloading makes you vulnerable for the precious seconds it will take to kill you. You cannot afford to waste them on something frivolous. I'm completely serious when I say this. The truth of ninja culture will actually help your game when it comes to Genji and Overwatch. It still fascinates me how well Blizzard nailed it when it came to the strengths and weaknesses of the shinobi. So let the history of the past guide you in your future of kicking ass in Overwatch. Play smart and win. Thanks for watching, everyone. And if you're curious about this insane Overwatch game mode, click here to watch Aki and I try to apply these strats in motion. Or if you're looking for more culture in Overwatch, click here to check out my top 10 cultural character costumes in game. But until next time, everyone, this is Gaijin Goombah, signing out.